Hey, Tech, sisters and brothers, welcome to the house of divinity. I am Proof B, aka Professor Bates, for long. Greetings. So, first of all, I decided to call these videos that I'm doing. See, this just developed. I didn't plan this because this channel is actually called Cannabis Kung Fu Yoga. But the videos I've made so far have been on this side of the room, which is, and I've been talking about, ancient Kemetic or Egyptian stuff. But in the house of divinity, it's actually connected. Well, it's actually optional. For instance, if I had a school, for real school, like on here, if you went through the whole process, what would happen is that on that side of the room where I teach the Taoist or Tao stuff, Tao arts and sciences, breath work and Tai Chi type martial arts and all that type of stuff, you get to a point where you can either become a Tao priest, or you can do that, and then the next level would actually be this. The first level, all the Tao stuff is about getting the physical body, your nerves, your brain, getting all that stuff strong enough for this side of the room. Because on this side of the room, the Magi order of Mari-HuAna, if you look at the videos that I've made already, a lot of them is about vibration. So what happens on this side of the room, we're going to be doing different meditations and practices than on the Tao side. And these meditations and practices is literally, not figuratively, not figuratively, but for real. You're going to learn how to draw magnetism and electricity, the real stuff, into your body. Actually, it's going to be a higher form, but you know magnetism and you know electricity. So you know what I'm saying is that you're going to be drawing in higher vibrations and higher energies into your physical body. And like I said, your nerves and things have to be prepared for this. You just don't do this stuff. I can show you exercises right now, and you'd be like doing the exercise, and then 2 weeks later you'd be like all burnt the fuck out. For real. So when you deal with this stuff, it's a process. I've been doing it for 40 years, but you don't have 40 years to learn all the stuff that I learned. So what I'm trying to do is get it where it's like, okay, do this practice, and you're good. Because like what I'm about to talk about tonight, I learned a whole bunch of in-between stuff when all I had to do was go right to the subject matter. And what is the subject matter in my, what did I say I was going to call this? My bed chamber chat. You understand? So in the Tao, on the other side of the room, they call it the bed chamber. And when they talk about the bed chamber, now we're talking about sexual kung fu. That's one of the things in the Tao that we learn, the sexual kung fu. See, if you was a Buddhist, you'd be like, oh, I can't have sex at all. I can't eat meat. I can't do anything but sit here and hamada, hamada, hamada. That's cool for certain people, but, and then you have the ones that just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking and eat meat, pig. You know what I'm saying? It's extremes. Tao is in the center. Now, the stuff that I'm talking about on this side is, matches perfectly with the Tao, the ancient Kemetic, or the school of Tehuti, is the Tao. But I'm getting off the subject, as usual. And what in the subject, yeah, the Bible. Not necessarily the Bible, but the Word. I've mentioned it on previous videos, but I'm gonna get into it a little more here. And that is because when I say Magi order of Mari-HuAna, now I put that word together because the acronym is M.O.M. And yeah, it got to do with my mom, but it also tells you what this is about. Magi tells you one part, order tells you another part, and what's the last part? Mari-HuAna tells you, yo, if you come in here, you're gonna learn about this herb. If you don't like the herb, if you with the herb, this is not the place for you. It's right in your title of what we do. Magi, order, people who get together and do shit together, of Mari-HuAna. I'll get into all that later. Anyways, I keep getting off a subject, as usual. The subject, yeah. The point I was making is that we know of three, most of us in America know of three major religions, which was the first was supposed to be Judaism, right? Judaism was first because that was Abraham or Abraham, and then came from that Christianity, and then what also came from that is Islam. So they all developed from Abraham, right? So what was Abraham speaking, and what was the name of the religion that he propagated when he became Abraham, when he crossed the Tigris-Euphrates River, and his name was changed from Abram to Abraham, and he spoke Hebrew, which just means it got nothing to do with the language. The language is Ifri. I keep getting off the god-dag-nabbit subject. So the subject is the original Bible that Bible people study was in what they call Hebrew, Ifri. What these so-called Jews speak is not the original Hebrew. What they speak is Yiddish. a combination of Hebrew and German, I believe, or Russian Agnosky. Oh, they mix some shit up that ain't supposed to be mixed in there. Because it says right in the book, don't be mixing my shit up. Don't put no dots, don't put no I's, don't be changing my shit. Well, God ain't say it like that, but that's how we say it in the hood. Anyway, God dang nabbit, I can't keep a subject. Focus, Bates. The subject of the video is the 72 names of God. Right there in the title they messed up, but I'm not gonna go there because your idea of God is not the idea. Focus. So, the 72 names of God. Now, if you know anything about the Kabbalah, you know that there are, I'm going to say 3 types. Well, I guess it's 3 types. And I've talked about 2 of them already. 2. One was the tree of life. In the Hebrew, they have a tree of life, which I'm getting ready to show you, like this one. And the other one is, and that's a Kabbalah of the Sephora and the tree of life and all that. And then there's the Kabbalion, which talks about the 7 laws or principles of the universe. The universe. And then there's this stuff. This stuff. The Kabbalah of the Word. Oh, what's that about, Roy? What's that about? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word, and the Word was God. Well, if you talk in the original language, and the Word was Ilion El, the Most High. So, where does word God come from? Whole nother video. So, the word is God. You speak things into existence. This is being proven by science. The Kabbalah is being proven. Like, not, oh, maybe, no. Look up cymatics. But anyway, so this, let me move the, so this is a representation of the tree of life, but the picture that I have here shows it on the body, which is the same as that. Like I said, it's a schematic for your soul. This thing keep on opening. I'm trying to stay like. So anyway, so as you can see, it has all the same things, but you know they have Hebrew names, and they have the Hebrew names on here, and I'm not going to try to. The best one I know is beauty, and I'm like, well, one of them means beauty, and it's like, okay, what does beauty? Okay, beauty. Then you think of girls, and maybe you might think of flowers and nature, and beauty. We're in the Kemetic one, the same Sephora on here with like, this is your left brain or your right brain or your heart, you know, and you're like, oh, okay. And this is what you do and this is what you practice. Anyway, so what happens, y'all, with the 72 names of God, these are the names that are in the original Hebrew, the original biblical Hebrew. Now, see I can't think of whatever word to call them, the Ashkenazi, the Jews today they've changed certain words. It says right there in the book, don't change, like the word, like the letter Wa, W-A-W, Wa. They've changed it to V-A-W, Wa. Now you'd be like, well, okay, it sounds like Wa, 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 but no. Understand, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. So every letter in the Hebrew alphabet has a vibration, has a specific tone and note, has a color. You know, now you're getting really specific. So now when I make a word, every letter have to have its own note and own tone and own color. Deep shit. Let's move on. This is just explaining stuff. I'm not even getting into the exercises. Okay, I'm not going to show that. So this is a graphic of all the 72 names. Like I said, now all these names come out of the original Hebrew Bible, or Tanakh, Torah, you might know, but Tanakh. Tanakh. So if you might notice that all those names have 3 letters, and they're read opposite from the way we read. We read from left to right. The letters are read from right to left. Okay, so now what I just showed you comes from a book. Comes from the book that I showed you at the beginning. So now all these that are in Hebrew, it has a list here of the meanings of each one of these. Now, why I'm going into all that is because I use, or as a Magi, it's not really about learning the whole Hebrew language and learning how to speak speak it and all that type of stuff. I mean, if you have the mentality for that, that's cool. But like I said, I went to all this learning, and believe me, I literally wrote a book on, I lost more stuff than I have. But I literally wrote a book while I was studying Kabbalah, and it was a lot of stuff. I mean, they get deep. When I was writing, I found the formula using Kabbalah for how to make a golem. If you don't know what a golem is, look at the Lord of the Rings. That word is a literal word that they use in the Hebrew language, which means a being that you created from the soil of the ground and brought it to life using 3 letters of the Kabbalah. Deep shit, deep shit. This is Hebrew. This is where Christianity comes from. And while I'm thinking about it, the reason I brought up that the 3 religions started from one person is because each of the other religions, both Islam and Judaism, have their esoteric studies and practices, meditations, etc. Whereas in Christianity, their esoteric connection, they have shunned. And in the book, it's called the Magi. Remember the 3 Magi who, it don't say nothing about 3, but the 3 Magi who found the Christ, who followed the star of Christ. Well, within that, the Magi they come from the Magi, and all that is the esoteric part of Christianity. So that's what I'm getting into. So, again, it's getting up there in my 30 minutes. So let me just talk about at least one of these. Let me pick out one and tell you what that one three-letter name, because these are the names of the Most High, Ilion, Ilion El. So one name does all kinds of things. So, like I showed you on here, is the pages and the meaning name. So let's go to page, I'm not going to go to the bar. Okay, page 4, Ain Lamed Mim, or it should be, or do they have it backwards? Anyway, Mim Lamed Ain. Now, if you write that down, see, I have, see at the top of the, near the ceiling there? Now, that's at every cardinal point. This is west. I have one in the east. I have one in the south. And I have one in the north. And then I have one on the ceiling. And I have one down below the bed. Now, in Kabbalah, that's called the ceiling of the 6 directions. It's in the I can't think of the name of the book. You know what I mean, the Yetzirah. Anyway, so let me see. What did I say? Number 4. Number 4. I can't see. I'm getting old. I got to put on my glasses, boy, so that I can see. Plus the light not too good, because even though I'm pushing 68 next month, I can still see pretty much. But the letters is like this big, so excuses is like assholes. So, that's 18. That's, don't say 4. 4. Wait a minute. They're giving me here. Okay, so they don't mean that 4. They mean another 4. Where are the explanations? Okay. Time travel. Miracle making. Okay, so I am totally not finding what I said. So I'll just pick out one. So this right there, you see that right there? That's a 3-letter name of the Most High. Well, they say names, but these are actually attributes. Well, anyway, if you use that, it's for healing. We're going to go into Moses. Moses became, see, when you read this stuff, you got to talk like that. Moses became the liberator of the very slaves he had helped to rule. Because of this tremendous transformation, the letters that compose his name hold great spiritual power. This particular configuration transmit the forces of healing. There are 2 ways to fully activate this power of healing. 1. Think about others. Ooh. Meditate on people who also need healing. As the energy of healing passes through us to assist others, we automatically receive the benefits ourselves. The more we share, the more we receive. 2. Be accountable. Without question, this is a difficult step to take. We must lose the victim mindset. We must realize it is something we did in this life or a past life that brought about illness. Immediate causes such as the food we eat or even our genetic makeup are simply the weapons that inflict illness upon us. They are not the causes, they are the effects. One person smokes 4 packs of cigarettes a day and lives to a ripe old age. Another never smokes but still contracts lung cancer. Get the picture? Blaming someone or something absolves us from all personal responsibility. But if we accept responsibility 100%, then and only then will the tools of the 72 names of Ilion El, I don't like saying God, arouse the light of the Creator so we can be healed. If you're having doubts about this provocative spiritual truth, return immediately to the previous name and banish all those skeptical thoughts. So since I read that, what was the previous name? The previous name was eliminating negative thoughts. So, right here over the name, it say, y'all, the concept of sickness, the concept of sickness extends beyond illness that affects the body. It includes the poor health of a business and alignment in a relationship and emotional illness such as anxiety and depression. With the right tool, we can heal all manner of dis-ease. So let me tell you the name of that. Where am I at? 1. That's all weird. That's 58. Well, they're not matching up with the pages. So 50. Letting go. Where's healing? I want to say the name. Cocky poo poo. Where is healing? Oh, god dang nabbit. It's 5. So the name is Shin He Lamed. Or those are the Hebrew letters that you use for healing. I don't know how they wrote it. I don't know if they wrote it like it's supposed to be written from right to left. So it's either Shin, He, Mim, or Mim, He, Shin. And those are the letters of the attribute or name of Ilion, one of the attributes, or one of the names of Ilion El, the Most High. See, I get high, I smoke my herb, my holy herb, but that's the Most High. It don't get no higher than the Most High. I had to throw the chach in there, you know, because the chach come from the Hebrew or from the synagogue. Now they say the Savior was a Jew, a Hebrew, whatever you call it. So where Christianity come from? Anyways, I'm not going now. That's just one name of the 72 names of, you might say God, but the 72 names of the Most High. I gotta go into it a whole nother video, how I use that. Like I said, you don't have to be a Kabbalist. Once you understand how this is used, you use the letters for what they use, because they're I hate to say just sounds, but they are particular sounds that do particular things, vibrate certain things. Like if I say left or if I look it up, they have a science called kymatics, which vibrates sand according to the vibration that you're speaking or making music or whatever. Now the sand vibrates and makes a particular shape, and this shape proves that we, through our speaking, can form reality, matter. So I'm out because it matters that I'm going on too long. Peace. It didn't go off. Peace.